is that it is in times when you are in a famine that you have to not hold back your resources, but you must sow your resources in order to grow your resources. However, sometimes in life, I don't know about you, but we feel like that lady in that infamous 1980s commercial for the medical alert company. We call on the Lord and we say to him, I've fallen, but I can't get up. Anybody ever fallen and you couldn't get up? But one thing is for sure, and that is in times like these, we got to remember that God is in control. He knows what's up. Don't think for a minute that God is ever caught off guard. Somebody said he never sleeps nor slumbers. Just because the famine surprised Isaac, just because our famines in life may surprise us, doesn't mean that God is not around. Because if I can get a few witnesses this morning, I just want to tell you that God can bless you in the midst of your famine. God often uses adversity to bestow his greatest blessing on us. Famine, watch this. Famines or shortages are a part of life. Say a part of life. I've learned, and many of you can attest to the fact that God's promise of provision is not a guarantee that will never come face to face with famine. See, famine is a part of the journey that we call life. And it has to be dealt with just like we deal with the storms that come our way. See, this becomes crystal clear to us when we look at the book of James, chapter 1, verse 2, when it says, it is not a matter of if, but it's a matter of when. What is important is not if it will happen, but what's important is what will we do when it happens, when it comes, when it hits our life or our particular circumstance. See, famine will knock at all our doors at some point in our lives. But I believe that when it does stare us in the face and becomes a present circumstance, there is a specific action that must take place. And in the text today, we have an example of Isaac of what to do when we have a standoff with famine or a shortage, if you will. What we learn from this is, what we learn from this text, and I hope you discuss this and study it after we leave today, is that just because we face difficulty doesn't mean that we have to be overcome by it. If we take the right decision, if we make the right decision, God's provision can and will triumph over our shortages and closed doors that we encounter. Is there anybody in this place that's been a victim of closed doors?